Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is iPhone season, and I've got the brand new TechWoven cases for you today for the iPhone 17 Pro Max. These will also be available for the iPhone 17 Pro. As you guys know, I'm a bit more of a Galaxy guy, but hey, when it's iPhone season, it's iPhone season, and I'm going to have plenty of coverage as usual. And as an added bonus here, I've got these iPhone 17 Pro Max dummy models pretty accurate here. I think the only thing that wasn't accurate is that this is kind of a glossy camera housing here, glossy camera housing, as opposed to it being more matte on the actual phone, but the colors are really close to the real thing. So we will check out how these cases look and feel, and we'll throw them on these dummy phones so that you get a good idea of how these different colors look on these different phones. I've got the Sienna here, as well as the Midnight. I think it's called Midnight. I know the silicone version is called Midnight. This is actually just called Blue, but it's a dark blue. It's like a navy blue here. I also have more TechWoven cases on the way, as well as the silicone ones. So do get subscribed if you want to see those cases and how they look on these different color iPhones as soon as my videos release. Let's start with the blue, and you see on the back here, it has some printed information here about the case, designed by Apple in California as usual, assembled in China. Let's open this up here. Pull this out, and first glance, it actually looks and feels quite similar to the fine woven, the much maligned fine woven. Is this going to be any better? We'll find out. Definitely smells very, I don't know if plasticky is the word, but it's definitely not a leather case, and I will most certainly be outfitting my iPhone 17 Pro Max in a leather case. Of course, you need a little bit of time for these case manufacturers to actually get the phone in hand and make a more precise third-party case. Plenty are out at launch, but you can't guarantee a perfect fit with those, by the way. Just a pro tip. So you got to wait a little while. Maybe October, you'll see all the best and best fitting leather cases for the iPhone. But this right here, it feels a little different than the fine woven. I'll say that. A little bit of a rougher texture than the fine woven, if you recall those cases. I don't know how this is going to do with stains and spills. The fine woven performed pretty terribly. In pictures, this looked like it was just a solid material here on the edges, but it's not. It's almost like a finer version of the material that's back here. So there is a bit of a texture. It is not just a solid rubber or anything like that. It is definitely textured, not as much as it is on the back. You've got the Apple logo here debossed a little bit, and the Apple logo to me almost looks like it was kind of stamped, burned in, because it's slightly, ever so slightly darker than the surrounding material. The Apple logo to me looks like it was almost like stamped, burned in a little bit, because it is ever so slightly darker than the surrounding material. You have a little bump here for protection for your camera housing. And I do kind of like, I think I'm going to prefer these open back cases here, the camera housing being completely open as opposed to little cutouts, because I like that the color of the phone is going to show a little bit and contrast nicely with the color of the case. You've got your aluminum buttons here, as usual. On the bottom, the cutouts for the speaker grill, for the USB-C port, and for the new lanyard that's coming out that Apple has, first party. Camera control button as well. So let's check out the Sienna, and then let's throw these on these cases and see how they look in their respective color combinations. Just so you know what the rest of the box looks like. It's empty on the sides. On the front, you've got the photo of the case you got and the color you got. Again, this one is the Sienna. Some more writing on the bottom, nothing on the top. And this is our Sienna iPhone 17 Pro Max TechWoven case. And again, all the same things I said about the blue apply to this one as well. You've got a rougher texture than you had with the fine woven. You've got the debossed Apple logo in there, and it's a little bit darker than the rest of the case. Same texture, but it's almost like it's, again, like it was pressed on. And that's why it's a little bit darker, and the material's not as pronounced on the Apple logo. And you've got kind of a finish that's similar to the rest of the case on the sides, the edges here, but not quite the same. A little bit darker on the edges as well. So let's check these out here. I'll do the orange first with the Sienna case, because I know a lot of you are going to go with this exact combination. Fits like a glove. Here's how it's going to look on the orange iPhone 17 Pro and Pro Max Sienna case. Fits perfectly well here. You see the bottom, the cutouts. Again, these are dummy phones, not the real thing just yet. I did put in my pre-order for the 17 Pro Max in orange. I'm going with the 512 gigabytes. And so that's how that looks. You guys let me know in the comments if you like this. Again, this is a dummy phone, so I can't really test the buttons too much, but you know what? The buttons are real clicky, and I presume, obviously, that they're going to fit perfectly with the actual phone, the genuine article, once that is out. All right, let's see how this Sienna TechWoven case is going to look on the blue iPhone 17 Pro Max. Throw that on there. And there you have it. Really nice. Again, this is going to be more of a matte brushed finish here, not shiny. But it still gives you a good idea. The color is pretty much a 1-to-1 match. Honestly, I think if I was going with the blue iPhone, I'd probably... Again, I'm going to have a leather case, and the leather case will probably be similar to this color. If I was going with one of these Apple TechWoven cases, I'd probably choose this Sienna to match the blue. I think that's a really nice contrast. Let's see how that looks on the bottom here as well. Let's see, of course, how the blue case looks on these phones. Actually, before I do that, I forgot to put this on the silver/white iPhone 17 Pro Max here. Let's get this in here, and this is how it's going to look. And I think it's technically called silver. It's going to be kind of a silvery white. Can't really go wrong. Of course, it's going to match a neutral color there along with the Sienna case. What do you guys think? And now it's time to check out how this is going to look. This blue case with our various iPhones here. Let me start with the blue, the color that is supposed to match with it. Let's get this in here, and you see how it looks here. It pretty much matches the way you would expect. It is that dark blue iPhone 17 Pro Max, and this is not going to be a one-for-one match color-wise. Of course, partly because it's a different finish, a different material. The case itself is going to be slightly lighter than the phone, but of course it matches, and it's going to look great if you do blue on blue. All right, we'll check it out with the white now, and we'll finish it off, the grand finale, with the orange. Here's how it looks, the silver/white iPhone 17 Pro Max with the blue TechWoven case. Can't really go wrong with that, can you? Really nice combination here. Of course, you'll be able to use any color case with the white phone. Quick look at the bottom here. And finally, last and certainly not least, in fact, might be saving the best for last year, got the blue TechWoven case on the orange iPhone 17 Pro Max. That is beautiful. That's a great combination there. The Denver Bronco combination, I guess you can call it. It really is nice. This is the TechWoven case in blue, and I think a lot of people are going to be rocking this combination here. What do you guys think? What is the nicest combination I just showed you here? Is it the Sienna, for example, with the blue? Is it the blue case with the orange phone? What do you guys like the most? What are you planning on getting? Which iPhone exactly? And which case? Let me know in the comments, guys. And again, I'm going to have more TechWoven cases coming in and the official silicone cases. And I'll be pairing them with these different color iPhones for you so that you can see exactly how they look, help you make your purchase decision. So get subscribed and make sure you don't miss any of those. I'll catch you guys in the next one.